Charlie Kirk is in the UK, and he went on GB News to discuss if Islam is compatible with Western society. Check it out.
Is macro Islam compatible with Western values? Macro. Of course it's not. There are three major reasons why. Islam does not believe in freedom of speech. Islam does not believe in freedom of religion. And Islam does not believe in separation of mosque and state. Those three things are antithetical to the West. In a Muslim majority country, most Muslim majority countries, you cannot criticize the Prophet Muhammad. In most Muslim majority countries, you do not have the same robust freedom of religion protections. And finally, whereas we in the West are very careful to try to intermix religion and state, they are commanded to actually go into the state and try to change the state to be more Islamic around the core pillars of Islam. And the last thing I'll finally say is I cannot see a single Western country that has become more Islamic and has become a better place to live that is happier or freer.
By what metric? Just happiness, quality?
Everything from quality of life, from cultural cohesion, from whether people want to live there, prior to the native-born fertility rates.
Again, people watching this will say is your criticism of the religion itself or not Muslim people? Because there are British Muslims who have been born here.
You don't have to caveat it all the time. I know you guys have to because you're British and all that. A culture ceases to exist when we don't have unified language. When you cannot talk to your neighbor. I'm not discounting that there are good individual Muslims. The question that we need to reckon with the West is Mohammedanism compatible with the teachings of Blackstone? Is it compatible with the legacy of Wilberforce?
All right.
And the great thinkers that have come from this country? And I will say, no, there's a reason why when you go to these Islamic countries that you're not going to see the equal protection of rights, that you do not believe in universal human equality, that you do not believe the same things that we believe in the West. And I think it's suicidal to import millions of them.
Yeah, and you know what, just on a passing point on that, it's most of the time, as far as I'm concerned, it's not even multicultural. Because there was an example there was a school a few months ago during Easter which cancelled Easter celebrations out of respect for other faiths. So it's not as if the word multicultural and multi-diverse doesn't include Christianity.
No, and again, this is the red-green axis, and Britain is at the forefront of this. You have the Marxists that have infiltrated your government and the Islamists that are coming to your country. And when they combine together, they both agree on one thing. They have huge disagreements on a lot. They hate the West, and they want to see it broken.
Okay, we're finished.
Very clear there from Charlie Kirk. And he is not the only one scared of this. There's a man by the name of Patrick Bet-David who, on his podcast yesterday, Valuetainment, broke down how Islam is taking over. How in terms of statistics, Islam is slowly becoming the world's fastest, not even growing religion, but the biggest religion in the world. Check it out.
And he's asking this Islamist, why do you live in a white Christian country and not in your country? He's so honest about it, but I think it's good for the audience and for you to see. Here, watch this, Vinny.
You live in a white country rather than your own country. You live in London there. Why do you live in a white country? I'm sorry?
It's not a white country because I want to tell people about Islam. And if I stay in a Muslim country, they're already Muslims. So there's no point of me telling them about Islam, right?
Good point.
So I have to be in a place where people are not Muslim, right? So if I'm in the UK, there is a lot of people who are from different religions, different faiths, where I can have a dialogue, because this is what I do, right? Interfaith, religious discourse, and all of that. So I engage with different people. Yeah.
Could a Christian move to a Muslim country and freely and openly convert the people from Islam to Muslim? To Christian?
Well,
Christian?
Ideally, under Islamic law, no, you're not allowed to, because Christianity is false, while Islam is the truth.
And so
just because you guys are liberal, wait, I'll answer you. Just because you guys are liberals, following liberalism, and you believe that anyone can do whatever they want to do, that does not mean that we're also liberal, all right? We don't allow harmful ideologies for our children. We don't allow these harmful ideologies to infiltrate into our people.
When tolerance becomes a one-way street, it leads to cultural suicide. When I am able to fly to Saudi Arabia with my Bible in hand, with my cross around my neck, to go to Mecca and go to a church, then guess what? We're good to go. But until that point, we have to understand the objectives and the goals that Islam...
Just because you guys are liberal.
Pause it right there. What do you think about that, Vinny?
He's right. What he's basically saying is we're trying to spread, and we're trying to basically spread our thing everywhere else, but nobody could come here to do it. That's like some invasion shit.
Tom.
Like, we want to come to you. You can't come to us.
I'll tell you what I feel about this. He is making fun of our liberalism. It gives him the enablement to come and proselytize in the U.S. And ideally, Christians are not allowed legally and under religious law and under the laws of the country to go in and do it. And he laughs at us. So to the American liberal, he's laughing. Liberalism. He chuckles when he talks about it. You know what that means? That means the Jews and the Christians die first, and the liberals, the useful idiots, you die last. That's the way this works.
Adam.
Well, exactly right. And I want to skip ahead a little bit because they show a chart which absolutely floored me. This is a chart of religions and how it's been growing for the last, I think, from 1948 to the present. This is very shocking. And to, anybody that watches this, check it out.
If you play this clip, Rob and Tom, if you watch this one, Tom, it has Hindus in it. It has everything in there. Let's stay focused, guys. If you watch this one here on what's going on, yeah, zoom in a little bit and watch this. Zoom in and just let it play. Press refresh. And do me a favor, go back, Rob. Refresh and see who's at the top before we go. So pause it real quick. Okay, so look at the right there. Christianity was, by the way, 39%. So 39%. Islam was a little over 15%. Hinduism, if you want to write some of these numbers down, Christianity 39.
So remember, this is in 1948. These are the percentages. You're going to see Judaism in a second.
Hinduism's 14. Islam was about high 15s, right? And then Buddhism and all this other stuff. Now, let it play. In Judaism, by the way, it's very important to look at the number of Jews. You got 0.51%. Christianity was 39%. Islam was roughly 15%. Okay, Hindu was what? 14.05.
So the Jews control the world, but we're only 0.5%, and now today, much lower than that. This is
okay. Play the clip. Let it keep going, Rob. Watch what happens here with numbers, and look at the spike on where every year you see Jews dropping 1%. Do you see it? Went from 0.51. to 0.49 to 0.4, they get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller every year. So it's not going to be popular with a lot of different people. Christianity, every year, smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. Islam, every year, bigger and bigger. They just cracked 20, okay, every year. Judaism, 0.23%, okay? And it goes smaller. Christianity is now at 30% in 2011.
It's like horse racing.
And you see Islam coming up, coming up, coming up, coming up. And look at the difference now.
Atheist in third place now.
You went from 39%, 15%. The difference was what? Go back to the ending, Rob. Just go all the way to the ending of it if you can.
I can't fast forward.
If you click on it once, it should let you go on the bottom and go to the end. Like, you know how you go to the bottom of it? Like if you put, doesn't let you do it on Instagram. It allows you to do it. Okay, let me just go here at the end to show you what it goes to because it'll be tough for you to pause it. When you get to the end, Vinny, at the beginning, the difference was 24% difference between Christians and Muslims. Okay? Do you know what it is at the end today? You know what the difference is? No, 5%. Jeez. 29 to 24%.
So Islam goes from being 16% of the world. Now it's about 25% of the world, 26% of the world, sorry. Such a fast growing rate that within a few short decades, Islam will not only be the biggest religion, but it won't even be close. And Judaism is continuing to fall. Most probably because of intermarriage, as well as, Jews, especially secular Jews, don't have a lot of kids. But think about that. Let's go back. Let's just look at this. This is the final result. Stopped at around 2000. Okay, just a little further. Here, 25% from Islam, 30% Christianity. So it goes down to 5% gap. From in the beginning, look at this. In the beginning, the original was 38. It was more than double. Christianity was more than double. Islam, and now Islam is right there. It's right there, about to overtake it. It's really growing. This isn't a joke. They are trying to win the demographic race, and it's exactly like Allen B. West said. You can't come here and try to institute our liberalism against us. That is exactly the problem. And then so they just talk about how this, what this means for the world. And then PBD goes on to discuss what this means and the difference between Saudi Arabia, MBS, and Khomeini in Iran.
These ideologies you negotiate with is very different than MBS and some of the other places. Khamenei is not MBS. But Trump is going out there meeting with the the president of Syria, first time in 25 years. He's trying to show Iran that we can negotiate with you as well. Iran came back and told you they're not capable of negotiating because they want death upon America, death upon England, death upon everybody. Okay?
Yep. And you know why MBS is not that person? MBS, one of the first things he did when
Actually, interestingly, very recently, Khomeini responded to Trump. Trump asked him and said, listen, I'm willing to negotiate. Let's negotiate. He said, Trump, you lied to us, and death upon America, death upon the West, that is not somebody you can negotiate with. For more, subscribe to the channel. If you want to help us make more of these videos and support us, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/JewishUncensored. Thank you for watching, and have a good one.